A new Minecraft update has just been released, with a whole bunch of new stuff including a new mob, a new armor trim material, and a new wood set. But all of that revolves around the Pale Garden, which means if you can't find a Pale Garden, it's going to be incredibly difficult to get any of this. But what if I told you that you can get all of this without setting foot in the Pale Garden? Let me show you how. First is the Wandering Trader. Now, the Wandering Trader, he's got a lot of random junk that you don't usually need. But if you can get really lucky, you can find some of the new blocks. Here we have this one selling the Pale Hanging Moss. This one sells the Pale Oak Sapling. This one sells Pale Moss blocks. And the Open Eye Blossom. Now, in order for me to get the 4 of these, I had to go through a couple Wandering Traders. But just these 4 items are enough to get everything here except for the resin and the creaking heart. Which means if you have a skyblock or a super flat survival world, then you can get all of this new stuff. Now the resin though, that's a little bit of a different story. If you don't know, when it is night, these creaking hearts can activate and summon a creaking. Whacking the creaking that the creaking heart is linked up to will cause those little dots to spawn on the blocks next to it. Mining these little dots will give you the resin clump. And with this resin clump, you can smelt it to create resin bricks. You can use it to make the resin clump block, which can then be used to craft more creaking hearts, create more creakings, and get more resin, and all that stuff. Now you'd probably think that if in order to get any of this, you've got to get the creaking heart block first, and the creaking heart block only spawns in naturally generated trees in the Pale Garden, then how are we supposed to get any of this? Well, fortunately, we still can, unless you're on that super flat survival or skyblock world, then yeah, no resin for you, sorry. Well, if we go inside this little house here, I've got a cartographer villager. Now, if we level him up, there's a chance that we'll get the Woodland Explorer map. Buy the Woodland Explorer map, and it will lead us to the nearest woodland mansion. Here we have the map starting to fill in, and there's the mansion. Head on into the mansion and start looking around for the loot chests. And there's a chance that in some of the loot chests you will find yourself some resin clumps. All you need is 9 resin clumps. For me, I was lucky and found 9 in the first chest. And make your way out. Now the next step is to plant your pale oak tree that you got from the Wandering Trader. You'll need a 4x4 pattern of saplings like this. Grab some of the logs here, and in the crafting table, we take our 9 resin clumps, make ourselves a block of resin, and take our 2 pale oak logs, and we've got ourselves the creaking heart. Place down a pale oak log, creaking heart, and a pale oak log on top. You've activated it, and then once it's nighttime, a creaking should spawn. Now all you need to do is just whack the creaking a bunch of times, and the resin clumps should begin to appear. And now you've got yourself infinite resin. And that's how to get all of the brand new Minecraft blocks without once stepping foot in the Pale Garden. And for a full video on all the new stuff in this update, check out the video right here. And don't forget to subscribe!